Good morning, everyone, and thank you so much for tuning in and joining me on my channel today. Um, I'm coming to you guys because the Lord laid something on my heart, and I want to be able to speak on it because I think it's something that's very important. And the reason why this is so important is because this is going directly to the men in our community, the young boys, the young men, our older men. This is something that the Most High laid on my heart to let you all know. It's time for you all to stand up and take the center stage. And the time is now. And it's been hitting me because in the past few days, even in the past weeks, I've been seeing videos where I see our men stepping up and like leading in a way that I haven't seen, you know, in a long time. I've seen it before because I've seen my dad, I've seen my uncles, my cousins, I've seen men take that leadership role. But for some reason, the narrative has been painted that, they don't protect us. They don't, have an opinion. But the narrative is changing. The Most High is changing this. I have seen where Obama has scolded our men, this past week. And I've seen our men coming out saying, you're not going to tell us, how we're supposed to think. I have my own opinion. I have my own mind. I can think for myself. I've seen videos where, our sisters are out and about and our men are stepping up like lions, like protecting us. And they're showing us, hey, no, we're here. We're doing this for you. So it's got me to the point to where I was like, oh, wait a minute. Let me step back for a minute. Yeah, I like this. What what did you say? What are we doing next? I'm stepping back and I want them to take this lead. I want them to guide us. I want them to lead us. And it's very important that us as the women, we step back and let them do that. So I was reading last night and I want to share this with you, especially to our men. I want you to hear this. It says, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. My son, hear the instruction of thy father, and forsake not the law of thy mother. For they shall be an ornament of grace unto thy head, and chains about thy neck. My son, if sinners entice thee, consent thou not. If they say, come with us, let us lie in wait for blood. Let us swallow them up alive as the grave, and whole as those that go down to the pit. We shall find much precious substance. We shall fill our houses with spoil. Cast in thy lot among us. Let us all have one purse. My son, walk not thou in the way with them. Restrain thy foot from their path, for their feet run to evil and make haste to shed blood. And when I got this, we all know what's been going on. Like the fast money, the jewels, the cars, and, all of these worldly things that are not important. The Most High is telling you now, it's time to step back and leave that alone. It's time for you to stand up in your houses, in your household, and create these families and stand strong and be the leader. And us as the women, we have to let you lead. Another thing that kept coming up within the past 24 hours is that I noticed that when the Most High wants us to know something and lean on like his word and his understanding and what he's trying to tell us, there was two words: calamity and discernment. So as I was reading, still in Proverbs 1, chapter 1, I'm going to start at verse 24. So it says, "Because I have called and ye refused, I have stretched out my hand and no man heeded. But ye have set at naught all my counsel, and would have none of my reproof. I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh, when your fear cometh as desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish cometh upon you." So with calamity, what he is saying is that listen to him, heed his word, because if you do not, he will laugh at you when you call on him. Another thing that I was looking at as well that he was repeating to me is discernment. And I know what discernment means, but I also wanted to get a clearer biblical understanding of what discernment is. So what it says is that the ability to distinguish between truth and error, to make decisions based on that distinction. And that's where the leadership part comes in. It's having that discernment and knowing what decisions to make, how to lead. And to lead is to have wisdom and to have knowledge. And you have to seek that from the Most High. Another verse I want to read to you, actually two, still in Proverbs chapter 1. This is starting at verse 28 through the 29th. He says, "Then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me, because they hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of the Lord." Knowledge is key. Does knowledge mean that you're out getting a college degree? Knowledge is seeking that from the Most High and trusting him in what he says. So what I want to say to our young men, what I want to say to our men, it is time, whenever these children are coming into this world, it is time for you to start rearing them, teaching them, and helping them to understand. I'm a single mother, and I raised two sons. And I can earnestly say I did the best that I can, and they are great young men. But one thing that they needed was the father to teach them how to be men. And one thing that I learned while I was raising my sons and they got older is that I did not know everything that I needed to teach them to be men, right? So with that being said, I did not know how to teach them how to build. I did not know how to teach them how to plow, how to garden, I didn't know how to teach them how to fix cars. I did not know how to teach them to lead, to be a man. I know I could teach my daughters how to lead, to be women, but I did start realizing there was just some things that I did not know. And as mothers, regardless of what happens or how you feel, and I know you can't put your kid in a dangerous situation, and there's going to be those one-offs where you have to protect, but the father is needed.